During one of our worship sessions, fairly early on in school, but probably a few weeks in, we headed into this amazing time of intercession. And I was the worship leader, but when intercession hits a corporate group like that, I didn't need to really do anything. I could just let this amazing group of leaders and worshippers that we had all just go. I saw New Zealand. I was above New Zealand, and it was this completely barren piece of land, but not barren in a bad way. It was ploughed and ready to be planted. It was this rich, deep brown earth, completely like a newly ploughed field. And I saw this army of people marching across this rich, fertile soil, and they were digging in the earth and digging up this fire. That all has a context to me. It's all about this thing, this mouldy cultural idea of Ahi Kaa, which is sacred fire.
Many of you will know that sacred fire that was a part of the Māori culture, Ahi Kaa. Ahi Kaa was the name they called it. They had a sacred fire which marked their territory. What they did when a raiding party came along, they tried to steal their land. They would bury it. They found a way to bury fire. And I've since found a moss that grows on a tree far north that smoulders. You can put it in a box and bury it underground. And you can come back and you can dig it up. What they did to prove it was their land, they would come back and they would dig up this sacred fire. And they would say, this is our Ahi Kaa. And to get it ignited, they would pull up this moss and blow on it. And it would fan into flames. See, the enemy's tried to take our nation. He's tried to steal kingdom land. But before he came, the Lord deposited his fire, his sacred fire, his Ahi Kaa, in the land. And this is the hour he's redigging it. He's redigging it. That's what's happening here today. He's redigging the fire, the sacred fire. He's claiming back his land.
So I saw this army marching across this barren land, digging up these fires, and what that meant for me in the context of worship and intercession and the prophetic was that God is releasing an army in this nation to dig up the home fires, the fires that say that this is his land, that this is a place that was marked by him from the start, that's been his, and that, so it's kind of a marking of the home fire. Anyway, the lines of the song that just kept reverberating around in my head were, I see an army march across this barren land with ancient sacred fire burning in their bones. Dig up the fire, release the ancient fire, unveil the sons of glory.
I see an army march across this barren land with ancient sacred fire burning in their bones. Dig up the fire.
I'm getting this song. And I don't release it that day. I take my computer and I take it into the bathroom and I just sing the song and record it on the computer so that I have it. And then it just stays with me. This prophetic song of seeing this army march across the barren land and dig up the fire, release the ancient fire, and of that being that there's something that has long ago been buried in our land, and that there are ancient things all throughout the earth and all throughout the natural realm and all throughout the spiritual realm. Even there are ancient pathways, there are things that have been lost that need to be uncovered and that we are beginning to get to uncover in this generation. And that this was one of those things, that there was some ancient fire that marked New Zealand as the territory of God, that marked this place as being his, and that anything else that comes in that time, when he digs up the fire, when we dig up the fire and it's proved that this is his land, that everything else has to go, that he has got the first right here. As we had more worship during the school, it might have been about 2 weeks later that this song finally came out and got released, and the feeling of releasing it was so profound. Many people said the impact of that song has been huge, and that song was released sung out and released a few times during the school, and each time it just seemed to have such a powerful impact. Really, just feeling like prophetically it was doing something in this land, and that it was doing something in this room, and in each of us. Yeah, that's the story of the Ahi Kaa song.